Hello everyone and welcome to a spotlight on Banners of Ruin. Okay, it's a roguelike, it's a card game. Is it Slay the Spire? Not necessarily. Let's just dive into a run here. We're going to abandon the run I had before, start a new game with tutorial on. Should we do the tutorial in this video? I'm not going to do the tutorial in this video because that's going to distract from my commentary. It's a rather simple type of game. I haven't actually completed a run yet, so I don't know everything there is to know about this game. Obviously, this being a first impression series and not a review series, I didn't want to go too deep into it. We have two characters right here. One is they're both level 0 because we just restarted that, or level 1 because we both just restarted. That makes sense. Every turn, you have an option between 3 paths to go through. This one is Helping Hand. A hooded figure emerges from the shadows, startling you for a moment. They reveal a friendly token and offer you something for the road, provisions. Forgotten Tunnel, which is a combat, but it doesn't seem like it actually does anything else. And then we also have a gift, which just gives us money. So let's go with that one. We get 250, I guess that's like florins, something like that. We have tunnel walls, which are both blocked, so now we're going to be forced into the Forgotten Tunnel, and as such, into our first bit of combat. And here's where the deck building comes in, because your characters have certain cards that only certain characters can use, as we'll probably see in a moment here. But by and large, you have these two stats here. Can you see my cursor? You cannot. Let me fix that. Capture cursor. There we go. Sometimes the game throws in its own cursor. Oh, you just can't. There you go. It's got these two little, like, energies. I don't know the actual name of them. I think one of them is stamina, the other is will. Let's just call them yellow and blue for right now. And you can see on these cards, we also have costs for these. So if I go strike, deals 5 damage, it'll take one of the yellow ones, I think it's stamina, and I can use it against one of the enemies. Hovering over an enemy will actually show you what the intended target of that enemy will be during the next turn, which comes in handy when strategizing who to kill. At this moment, it doesn't matter too much, so let's just use it against this so that we can move on. Now, you'll notice that this guy, it says axe, this card, it says axe, right? So if I want to use it, I can't. I have to switch over to this guy because he has an axe equipped, which we can see somewhere in the menu at some point. I'll show you in a moment. He has an axe though, which means he can actually use axe cards, which deals 8 damage, meaning that I can instantly kill this one. Except for the fact that we also have armor. I forgot about that. The shields here are like damage absorption. They're literally what armor is in like any game ever. What do we have as well? Deal 6 damage if active character is in the front rank plus 4 damage. Let's do that. Because we can absolutely annihilate. We could probably annihilate more. Discard a card and gain 3. I don't really have that much stamina left anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end my turn. That removes the cards I didn't play, but the cards I had in my hand at that point, I probably should have played at the beginning of the turn. Especially the one to draw, because it gives you more options to use cards you might have wanted to use. That being said, we have withdraw, apply 5 defense to a target ally, move or swap them into a target position. Don't really care about that. Here we have a great sword, which obviously, this sword, it's very big. It's a great sword. It also requires 2 stamina, meaning that I can use this and then be just done. It attacks all the enemies on a rank. A rank is like these tiers here. You've got this one over here, and you've got the back one over here. We'll probably run into a fight with enemies on the back rank as well in a moment. We'll see. So now you can't do anything anymore because you don't have any stamina. We will go on to kill you because you have the least HP. And then also just attack you. You want to be careful taking damage though, because obviously you might realize, you might not realize, but I'm going to tell you, damage obviously takes over into the next battle, unless you can heal in between battles. No Mercy deals 6 to the opponent with the lowest vitality. It doesn't take any cost at all, and if there's only one enemy on screen, this is a really good card. Okay, after a battle, you gain money, obviously, and you actually gain a card after every single battle. So, deal weapon damage plus 8. This one takes 3 stamina, which we don't have at the moment. So we can't actually use it, but it's a really good card. So I'm actually going to pick it. And we're going to move on. See what our next options are going to be. We can enter the city. But first let's take a look at the team, which is this button over here. So as you can see, I've got an axe and a shield on these characters. So that means that I don't actually know what shield does. I'm assuming that allows me to also play shield cards. And never mind, I'm just a little bit of an idiot. This axe card is a card in my deck as well. So only the characters holding this card, and you can improve that when you level up the character, can play that card. I suspect in theory, if that would happen, if you have 2 characters both with the axe card in their character menu, they could both play it. We ran into some shield cards I didn't use. I didn't think about who could actually use them. Apparently only this character can use them. So going back, we also have this one, which has a greatsword. Greatsword is a two-handed weapon, so I can't actually put anything into the secondary slots here. There are secondary weapons. I think certain type of axes are two-handed, greatswords, maybe some other stuff I don't remember. We have our cards, obviously, which I'm assuming these can be used by anybody, but then this shield card can only be used by the guy holding the actual shield. That would make a lot of sense. And then we have money. So let's enter the city and see what's up next. We have combat, combat, or combat. That makes our choice real fucking easy. We go for combat. It doesn't seem to be very, very difficult combat. Let's use a shield card. We have to swap over to you. Let's use the shield card. Gives me a lot of extra defense. Wow. And then it spawns a take cover, which means that we get a take cover card in our hands, which wasn't in the deck before. It creates it. Apply 5 shield to a party member, and then when you use it, you don't actually throw it into the discard pile, you banish it. So it just gets deleted. So I can... Let's do that. Let's use this on you so that you also have a little bit... I guess there is a banish pile. There might be cards that take effect with the banish cards. I don't expect it to be a lot, but maybe. So we both have a decent amount of defense now. You can still actually use a strike. So let's use a strike against, I don't know, this dude. And then let's use you to rush. Let's go for the middle one. And then no mercy doesn't... You should be able to take out that dude. And then with no mercy, you should be able to at least deal a lot of damage. You generally, as far as I can understand, want to use all of the cards in any given turn you get. Not using a card just wastes it. So, that being said, you can't always do that, of course. So, sharpened steel deals weapon damage 12. I don't know what this weapon damage deal is. And also apply 4 turns of bleeding. Not going to be very relevant here because these guys don't have a lot of HP. They'll probably die fairly quickly. Bleeding, let's take a look. We won't know. I think bleeding goes through armor. So if an enemy has a lot of armor, if you can apply a bleeding effect, that would be very, very good. That being said, we can just finish this fight right here. And with that, get some money and get Deal 4 damage to opponent party. That is very good, but also 3 stamina, which I don't have. Remove all bleeding on target, apply 5 shield. Deal 3 damage times X times for each stack of bleeding on the... Okay, that seems like a very complicated card, but it might actually synergize fairly well with some of the other bleeding cards we already have. Seems like we have some extra fights here, or extra new cards here, one of which is a fight. Heavy Patrol. Your attention turns to the clatter of heavy steel as several armored men cross your path. They are sly, helmet-muffled voices hurl insults at the common folk as they move through the crowds. The most important part here is, I think, this signals elite combat, which means they're a lot more difficult to beat. Backfoot agents, another pair of backfoots on discard a random combat. Would be kind of nice to discard this one. Execute, you dispatch. Let's just see what execute does. Execute him, permanently ruin a card, let him go. So why would I ever execute him? Let him go. Oh, we have to fight. I could go through there without any fight if I permanently ruin one of my cards by executing him. Right now we have to fight a lot of enemies, so this might be the end of the run, and with that, the end of the video. Let's see. A Greatsword obviously seems like a really good way to start this, because I need to do a lot of damage very quickly. Then we move over to the Hatchet, which deals 8 damage. I can probably take out one of these guys. At least that saves me from a little bit of damage later in the turn. Don't have any more stamina, so gotta throw away those other cards. And now we'll probably be under some fairly heavy... you get more powerful every turn, it seems like. Let's see. What can we do? We can attack you and give you a bleeding effect. Solid footing gains 15... shield. Character gains... This means that you can't play cards for a certain amount of turn. Strike you. No mercy to kill. And turn. We can do this. We can fairly easily do this, I think. This shouldn't be that big of a deal. So far, I think you understand the point of the game. This is kind of where the spotlight ends, and this has just become a almost Let's Play-like part where I just try to play the game for a little bit and see how that works out for me. So let's definitely try to shield myself. Why don't I have any stamina at all? I might have missed something there. Okay, so he has 4 stacks of bleeding, which means that it's going to do 12 damage against him, right? And it doesn't actually take away the bleeding stacks either. So that is amazing. That being said, one of my characters may just die here. Because you... Okay, lucky. You are very low on HP. Heavy Blow, I can't use that, is the thing. So that's why you don't want to overload your deck with cards you can't yet use. I'll soon be able to use it, but I don't want to have a hand just full of 3 stamina cards when I can't use them yet. Deal 1 times 3. That should be 3 times 1. Right? I don't always think that the cards necessarily tell you what they do in a very, like, good way. But that is something that can be worked on, I suppose. I might as well use this. Except I can't. Because I'm not using the right character. That makes a lot of sense. So maybe before... I do need to remind myself that I actually need to choose the character too. I think I'm still going to die here is the thing. Might not. Might not. Let's deal some damage against you. Guard myself. I'm gonna give him solid footing. Just because I need them both to survive. This might be a little bit suspect if he gets hit twice. He doesn't, and it's a good thing that I give you solid footing, because otherwise you'd be dead right now. But being petrified means that you don't recover stamina. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Wasted a little bit of bleeding there, but at least I took care of one of the two enemy characters, so that my bear friend might still die. Doesn't look like he did any damage at all, actually, now I think about it. Oh, the hatchet also breaks their defense, I just noticed. That's really good. Discard a card and gain 3 more. I don't need guard, because if I don't win this turn, something's gonna die anyway. Oh, it doesn't... Wait, what? I thought that was gonna give me... Oh, I thought that said draw 3 new cards for some reason. It gives you charge. The next time this character attacks, or for the every attack in a multi-attack, the damage is increased by the stack of charge. Charge is then removed. So I have an attack with you, meaning that I can use this, and combined with charge that does a lot of damage. I need a healing sweep kick. Select a target, move to a vacant position in their rank. That doesn't seem that useful to me right now. Deal 6 damage, push opponent back a rank seems a lot more useful to me. Both my characters level up. I hope that also means that I, get a thing. Healed, but it doesn't seem like it. So, I get a new card position here. Nefarious apply 5 bleed, draw 2 cards. Doesn't seem like something I particularly want. Deal 5 damage times... See? Deal 5 damage times, X times. Do one or the other. Because the writing on the cards doesn't always make perfect sense. For each unique status effect on the opponent. That is amazing. Especially combined with bleed and other stuff potentially. We're going to upgrade stamina because will hasn't really come into effect that much yet, and we've got a couple of cards which require 3 stamina. So we want that, and then moving on to this character, we draw 4 cards and gain not being able to use the cards. This is where will comes in, so maybe we'll... Doesn't seem like a bad idea to have this guy maybe petrified, but get 4 cards for the other dude, especially since I just upgraded the willpower there. Or deal 8 damage to target and all enemies of the same race. That also seems really good. Yeah, let's go with that one. And then upgrade. Since we don't have anything with willpower anyway yet, let's just upgrade stamina. Again, I'm not entirely sure it's actually called stamina. It seems like these numbers here actually tell you how many turns this card is going to stay on the field. So that is good to keep in mind. Select a card and move to this lane, +1 to its counter. Decoy. I can't go to the large crowd. This seems like the safest option for me right now. And that's combat. Well, this is blocked. So it seems like we are about to die. Let's go for the regular combat rather than the what is potentially elite combat, because we might actually be able to survive this one. Because see this, greatsword, murder weapon. It's real good stuff. Probably should have done the hatchet first because it could have killed one of them. But I can still... probably, I could have used this and killed both of them. But now I can't anymore. Can I? Can I cancel? I'd very much like to be able to cancel cards. I can't. It's a bit of a shame. You don't have any status effects on you, so this probably won't do anything, I'm assuming. Yeah, it doesn't. And turn. This might be the end of one of my characters. I know. I have armor. I'll be fine. I'll be fine because you now die. Excuse me. You now die. Thank you. Gain. I don't know what shield with arrows means. But this seems really good. Deal 10 damage, and pretty much if you kill your enemy with this card, that's 10 free damage because you get the 2 stamina back. Oh, it is stamina. That is good to know. I still need a heal. Really, really badly. A chance to offload? I don't know what that means. You see a familiar symbol. Your brothers have been here. We can't hold onto this. Remove cards. We have nothing to spare. Let's remove a card and see what happens. I don't need that many guard cards. That doesn't do anything other than... I guess it gets rid of a card you might not want. So that the likelihood of drawing the cards you do want becomes higher. Weapon cache. Let's see. I'm assuming this is a shop. Drag and drop armor to view characters and swap weapons. We have a... Okay, so we have a greatsword potential. Or winged mace. Which counts as a hammer? I kind of like the hatchet, to be honest. If target has shields double damage, I think that might just be better. But maybe we could do this, right? That doesn't seem like a bad idea. But I've been using the shield quite a lot. Let's get rid of the hatchet and get the winged mace. And a round shield for you. And then... I kind of like your loadout, to be honest. So... heavy duty armor. Is there a downside to the heavy duty armor? I'm not seeing any, so that's just literally better. So I put that on both of you. Right? That's how that works? Yeah, that's just a straight up upgrade, I'd say. It's a good upgrade. Again, I would very much like to have a heal. Discard a card from each lane. I'm trying to avoid being murdered, so that'd be very, very nice. Crossroads, clear street to the depths, mentor, modify your deck. You know what? Let's see what modify your deck does. Now it seems like a good time to take a short rest, perhaps an opportunity to learn something new. Duplicate a card in your deck. Oh yeah, please do, because this seems like a really good card. Anxiety. Party takes 5 damage. I don't think I can afford that. We have hide. Discard a card from each lane or clear street to keep. Let's see what this does. Pretty much does the same, and we are forced into combat. We have better armor this time around. We have better armor, so let's see what we can do here. Can deal 10 damage. And only if we can kill. Okay, so let's start with a strike. And a battering ram against you, so you move back. That probably means you can't attack me in the next turn, which would be good. Then use this against you just to like obliterate your defenses, and then build up some of my own. And turn. Don't know what that does. Character is more vulnerable to damage. That is not good. Alright, sharpen steel. Let's see. We can definitely use this. don't necessarily need to use this. Do I? I don't think I do. This wouldn't be bad to discard this over because I don't need to use it. So it becomes more useful. Then I can use this to annihilate you. Or at least annihilate your defenses. And then move over to you to attack you with this. See, I'm getting the hang of this game. And I might as well use this to draw a new card with Heavy Blow, which I can't use. But at least I got the strength thing, which is next time a character spends stamina will refund and... Wish I had that a turn earlier. Deals 8 damage to characters of the same race. Let's do this. That is the card I wanted. And now I can go to you for some damage against this. I don't even need to go back to him. I can use this. Murder it, get my stamina back, which I didn't even need, to be honest. Wow. Use some of this to increase my defenses, deal a bit of damage, and go to the next turn. I still could do with a heal, just like for my own sanity. We're doing fairly well without getting healed, and I'm very glad about that. But I would very much like HP. I have defense, I have armor, but once that's gone, I am immediately dead. So this seems like still a good card to take. I probably should have read the other ones, but I think, you know what? This seems like a very good moment to end off this video. If you want to check out this game on Steam, there's a link down below in the description of this video. I think does it stand on its own with the absolute clusterfuck of roguelike card games that are out there today. To a certain extent, yeah, I think so. I have been enjoying playing this game a little bit before recording this, and also during recording this, learning a little bit more about it. Does it have anything like particularly unique going for it? I'd say not necessarily. Does that mean it's a bad game? No. No, it does not. It's a well-crafted, well-executed game, which, honestly, is worth playing and worth enjoying. It's got its own like little things, and obviously the party system to a certain extent is a unique take on this specific like combination of genres. I don't want to say no that it's actually unique, but it's a little bit of a fresh bit of freshness to it, let's say. Something that I've not seen done that much. So that really does add a lot, and characters having like their own unique card which only they can use, then get you a little bit more strategy into it than you would just having a deck of cards you can use whatever way, right? It's a little bit more like, okay, if I use this card with this character, then this character keeps its stamina. And I imagine that when willpower cards come more into play, probably later on in the game or in later runs even, because I'm assuming there is some kind of meta progression there, that will become more and more strategic. So I definitely say this is worth taking a look at. I did. Maybe you will. There's a link down in the description if you want to go check out this game. Until the next time, I'm a vlogger. You have been awesome. As always, bye.